Welcome to the Cap Guy Show, starring JT and the Cap Guy. Now here's the Cap Guy.
How do I feel? Boom, 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 boom. I don't feel good at all. Why don't you put this silly hat on? I proved it last time and did it. Well, do it again. Why do I got to wear silly stuff to humor the folks out there? Well, that's kind of part of the thing we do, you know? I thought just picking on you and telling jokes was what I did. My business agent's not going to be happy. What are you laughing about? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Maybe you should put the hat on him. I don't think he'd like that, and I don't want to be beamed anywhere. Well, man, I swear. Why do I got to look so silly all the time? I swear. I could put the gorilla mask on. Oh, no, that's okay. I love the hat. It's a great hat, isn't it? Yeah. Well, when you're interrupted by a phone call, the video goes out. Sorry about that, folks. But, yeah, no gorilla mask for me. I love the hat. Makes me look, what do you think, ladies? Pretty good, huh? Can you take it off now? Much better, much better. Ha, 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 ha. Anyway, you better quit picking on him. He gonna get you. I just entice him with Cheetos. He'll leave me alone. And a Dr. Pepper. We don't have any Cheetos right now. Oh, well. Hey, I love you, man. I love you, man. Anyway. Well, you had another good sales day. Cha-ching, cha-ching, and some good sales. Something you just picked up last week you sold for really good money. Had 2 go out of the country. And, wow. Yeah. Wow. Well, I guess we better get on with the sales. And, why'd the chicken cross the road? I don't know. Why'd the chicken cross the road? To wear that stupid hat. The chickens wear hats now, too? Well, in my jokes, they do. Anyway, it's time for the Cap Guy Show, starring the Cap Guy over here and me. I'm JT. And we live in Oklahoma, home of Garth Brooks. And now let's get on with it. Take her away, Cap Guy. Yep. I'm a little bit late this morning with the video. I had to go look at a car with my daughter. And turned out the guy was flipping cars. And if I'm buying a used car, I'm buying it from somebody that actually owned it, not somebody that's flipping them. Because you don't know the history of that car. And you're just getting it running to get it on the road. And I'm not spending my money on something like that. Unless it's a really good deal. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, I listed 15 yesterday, part of Angie's challenge. And I said I was going to do 10 a day. So today I've got my other daughter, my middle daughter, and her kids. My grandkids, Gentry and Lawson, are coming by. So I'm going to get busy and list after I complete this video because I'm going to be visiting with them. So I got to get my listing done early. There you go. And yeah, it was a good sales day. There was some really good stuff sold and made some good money. And I like that. Cha-ching, cha-ching. So we're going to get into that. I appreciate you as always. If you got questions or you want to know something or want to see something, let me know. And I'll be more than happy to do it. If you need a shout out to somebody in your family, young or old, doesn't matter. We'll even discuss your ex or something if you want us to. Yeah. Hey, you old fart head. Anyway, we'll get on with the show. We'll talk to you in a minute. All right, we're going to get into the first thing I sold. And this is Wii Disc Only Pandora's Tower. If you see this game, you want to pick it up because it is valuable. And here's another example of a game that was scratched up. I cleaned it a little bit with the JFJ Pro, and then I put it in the machine and wanted to test it. So I played the game a little bit, although I'm not very good at video games. I did test it out to prove that it works because I knew it had value on top of everything else. I had it for $58. I paid $3.33 each for a bunch of discs, and several of them have been of value. This is the last one of the highest value ones. There were about 3 that were worth about $50+ plus. I ended up taking a best offer I'd set out one for 55. They counter back at 50. I thought, you got 333 invested. Take the deal and run, plus shipping on top. And so I did it. And there you go. There's my first sale. The rest of them I'm going to show you live because I have not shipped them yet. See you in a minute. See you at the next. All right, we're going to get into these real quick, and I'm going to go through them. I'm just setting up something behind me so I can see the prices, because when they're live, I don't know everything. This is a George Strait Wrangler t-shirt, or not t-shirt. Well, I'm starting off really good, aren't I? You can see it's kind of a yellow, orangish color. 2XL, King of Country, Mr. George Strait. There you go, from George, West Texas, and down south of San Antonio. Paid $250 for this back in 2019 in the summer. Again, I'm glad to get rid of these kind of shirts because I'm not buying them anymore. Sold that for $13 plus shipping on top, and I'll make a little bit on the shipping on that one. The next one is Xbox One UFC 3 Champions Edition. I got this from Matt in a bundle deal, so it valued out to $277 for the game, and I sold this on a best offer of $17. You keep hearing that theme, best offer, best offer. Send the offers, folks. $17 plus shipping, and I'll pop up my profit. The next is NASCAR. Oh my goodness, this thing's heavy. I paid $14.99 just a couple of weeks ago for this. It is a Jimmy Johnson 118, I believe it's 118 or 124 scale. 118 scale car, and most of these cars don't have a ton of value. This one does. It was around $40-something value, and that's what I got for it. 41 bucks plus shipping. It's going to Canada, and again, I paid $14.99, so I will pop up my profit. The last of these, I paid $4 a piece, a little higher than I wanted to. This is Jomez Pro, and this is, there you go, disc golf. And yeah, paid $4, sold that for $18.99 plus shipping. That'll go in a 8x6x4 box, and I'll pop up my profit. The next thing I sold is a Dallas Stars vintage long sleeve shirt, and I'll pop this up in a second and show you. I paid $1 for this for a bunch of Dallas Stars type stuff, Mavericks, vintage, and this is kind of a thermal material, but there you go, Dallas Stars, and I'll pop it on the screen just so you get a better view of it. Paid $1 for that, and I sold that for $22.95 plus shipping on top, and that'll go first class. And that's it. Yeah, that's it so far. Oh no, I'm sorry, missed the puzzle. I missed a puzzle, folks. This is a Whitman 1200 piece used puzzle. It's got a pretty scene there, looks like Switzerland to me. And I paid $1.25 for this. Sold this for $12 plus shipping. That'll go in a 1092. And the last thing I just picked up last week, Disney Treasures. I talked about it in my video when I showed what I sourced. This is Pluto Volume 2. It's in a metal case, and it comes with a COA. It is a limited edition DVD set, 2-disc, right here. But it has a COA. It is limited and numbered. Has all the pamphlets in it. And Goodwill doesn't know everything. I mean, they've jumped up on their prices on clothing and video games to the ridiculous amounts for us resellers anyway. And but they didn't catch this one. I knew the value as soon as I comped it. And guess what, folks? $202 into $58.99 plus shipping on top. That's a home run in my mind. I'll take $58.99 for any 202 deal. Game, DVD, horseshoes, spurs, I don't care what it is. So there you go. There's my sale so far. And I will pop up the profit on that. And I'll show you that shirt real quick. And then any other sales come in, I'll be back. I'll be back. And this is just a quick look at the Dallas Stars shirt that I promised you. And it's from about the 90s, maybe early 2000s. But there you go. There's a tag. And that's going to my hometown, Austin, Texas. See you in a bit, folks. All right, I had 3 more sales came in after I did my last clip. And this is the first item. It is a plastic little plaque medallion, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty good size. It's not, it's about 8 inches, I guess, by 8 inches. I got this at an estate sale. It's the USS San Francisco SSN 71. That's a nuclear-powered submarine. And there you go. And again, it is plastic. And somebody had attached it to something because they had melted it on the back, but that's in the photos and the description. I paid $1 for this at that estate sale, and I sold it for $20, and I will pop up my profit. The next is vintage Smurf from the 80s or 90s. This is Schleich is the name of the manufacturer. This is the 80s. This is the football player. I bought a bunch of these little figures, and I paid 42 cents a piece in a little bundle deal of some plush Smurfs and some figures. I sold the 2 baseball player ones, and this is the football one. And I sold this off of a 42-cent investment for $5.99 plus shipping, and I'll pop up my profit. And the last thing is this USS Constellation CVW-14. That's the air wing on board this aircraft carrier, which I actually served on from 80 to 82. This was Ice Pack 86, which means they went or down by the Antarctic or up by the North Alaska area. So I don't know which one they did because I wasn't on the ship then. But this patch I paid $1 for with a bunch of military patches. I've sold a few. I've already made my money back. I paid $20 for all of them. And I paid $1 for this, sold it for $15 plus shipping. And I'll pop up my profit. And on the day, I had 11 sales. Here's my cost of goods. Here's my fantastic sales. And here's my fantastic profit. 3 days in a row. Knock on wood. There, you hear that? You even felt the earthquake. And there you go. Cap Guy and JT, we appreciate you as always. We hope you learned something. You saw the diversity in the goods that I sold and some of the things that I picked up. Look for those. Comp, and list. Y'all have a great day on the Cap Guy and JT. We will talk to you tomorrow, as we always do.